Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a tier list. I know every YouTuber started out doing one for 2026, but from my perspective it's going to be from a beginner who has not too much of a handle on the rules. So what we're going for is what I think the rules are, the looks, the feel of the team, and kind of how it plays into the meta, and what we see people play when you see on YouTube and whatnot. So without further ado, I'm going to get into it, and I do expect a lot of backlash. I don't have many comments on my channel, so maybe the one person that comment will probably be mad at my first choices. I'm going to go with the ones I put in D, at least for now. That's just a reminder to say, if you do like what I'm putting out here, please like and subscribe. It means so much in this beginning stage of my channel. I'm going to be putting out some more build videos, some more talks about Kill Team, and just wargaming in general. I do want to do some more videos on homebrewing, some games on Kill Team, basically just trying to come up with some rules, whether that's the individual, whatever, NPOs, solo play, or just a new kill zone. So if that you look forward to that, please subscribe. It'll let you know when I upload some more videos, and that lets me know that I'm putting out the right content. So, like I said, I expect the few people who do like this team to really hate me in the comments, but I can't help it. Void, Dancer, Troop. I don't really like the aesthetic. Sorry, I don't know. I know a lot of people in Warhammer do like that kind of funny or just weird aesthetic that can come out from these teams, especially when it comes out in Kill Team. I know this is a larger faction with Warhammer 40k armies, but I just don't like it. So sorry. I might lose some subscribers from that. I'm going to do another one. Just going to get all the haters right away fired up right in the beginning of the video. Then we'll get the real followers, my mom and one other random person who agrees with me sticking around. So let me just find them here. I don't really like the look of the Gellerpox. I do like the Plague Marines team that we'll talk to a little bit later. I don't really like the way that some of those characters looked. I do like the idea of zombies led by a bigger leader, but I looked at it. I wasn't really interested in it. Doesn't help that this doesn't have like a Kill Team box that I know of, and that's the other thing. I also want to rank these on the availability of Kill Team boxes. So that's just gonna be a light ruling, because I don't want to fault too much of them. Some of them I really like, even though it takes a couple boxes. But from a beginner standpoint, I will rank the ones that are like one box, and you can still get it higher than some that have been rotated out, unfortunately, or you need multiple boxes for. Even though these two teams do need the starter set, and they kind of have a weird way into this, spoiler alert, but I do like the way that they play. That's the most experience I've had from them. So with Angels of Death, and when I find the Plague Marines, I did not pre-read this, so sorry. It'll be a little bit of a struggle trying to find this, but I do like the Angels of Death. Not the most, I guess, overpowered team, but I know they're good, so maybe people will disagree with that. And you kind of get a weird set if you're trying to play Kill Team and build up to like a combat patrol, so you don't get a full list of people. With the starter set, I do think it's a fun way, and it gets people interested. That's how I got my friend interested in it. One of my next videos I'm going to do is how I got him into it. I wish they didn't discontinue the Imperial Fist combat patrol, but I used that along with splitting an Assault Intercessor box to get him this without having to do the starter set. I have the starter set miniatures. Another thing I've been doing is I'll have a video where I'm unboxing some of that Tyranid attack and some other things to try and get that starter set up to basically one unit of intercessors, one unit of assault intercessors. I'll have to figure out with the eliminators, because I only have one. I don't know of another way to get 2 more miniatures that way and whatnot. Blades of Cain. I like the team. I would put it up here. I have this idea to do this Elder Scrolls inspired Dark Elves. I know they're Eldar, not Drukhari, but I'm going to put them lower because of the amount of boxes you have to buy. You could get the Striking Scorpions Kill Team box. However, I guess I've heard to like actually run the team, you need the 2 other ones. Maybe you can run it with just the Striking Scorpions, but I'm going to put a little bit lower, and I might readjust these as I go through. But that does make it not the best box. Team, sorry, to get. Hernkin Jaegers. I like him. Well, the dwarfs and the winter coat thing kind of sticks their theming in one spot, but it seems like a fun team to play. Seems beginner friendly. I'm just gonna put them as A. I hope to play them soon. I did get one of their boxes. Euclidean Striders. I like the idea. Don't like the named character miniature. I wish you could almost have like a. I know Games Workshop doesn't do this, but I almost wish it could be like build your own Inquisitor or something. Just at least a multi-part kit that you can build a little bit different of a. Not an Inquisitor. Can't even remember the name, but Rogue Trader. And then I don't really particularly like the models. I do like the idea, the theme of it. I wish you could do something. I was thinking about kit bashing or proxying a team of this, but also there's no kill team box. That puts it low. Maybe even D. We'll see when I start getting more teams on here. Same with Warp Coven. I do like the idea, but you're not able to buy it. You could almost say the same about Wormblade. I don't like the way that when I looked at getting into that one, you can get a box. Sure, it was never a kill team box that I know of, and you have to buy these characters. The characters are so expensive. That's just new for me. I'm looking at a miniature price. I know that there's the whole cost of the mold to make a character. That's why they charge. I don't know that BS, but for me, I just want miniatures to paint and build and experience from that. So if I look at one miniature of a character being $20 to $30, whatever it is, and then a box of miniatures you can get for 50 to 60, whatever it is these kill teams can go for, just a box to fill out like a Wormblade. The cost just doesn't add up to me. I want to play these teams. I got to figure out a way to get these character miniatures. I want to play them. They have cool models, but the characters are just hard. I guess the only way I've been picking them up is in combat patrols, and maybe Games Workshop, if they're looking for some marketing or some combo box advice from someone they're never going to see the video of. Try and tie in the combat patrol boxes with kill team. So if someone's picking up kill team, let's just say they got Wormblade, they wanted Wormblade, they see that combat patrol has the unit they need and maybe one or two character models there, and they get a discount. They can go, all right, I got my kill team unit, I got enough people to play whatever it is, the locusts and neophytes or whatever it is, but then they might be enticed to try out a game of combat patrol, and they might expand into 40k. And I know it's not saying the rules will transition over, but you have the models to play both, and you feel like you get a deal. And sure, you might probably end up like me and buying a bunch of kill teams, but I don't know, just a random piece of advice into the void. Brood Brothers, I don't necessarily like Gene Stealer Cult, but I do like this kind of rebel faction that's fighting the Imperium. I've been thinking about between Wormblade and Brood Brothers to do some type of renegade force, or maybe like a Tau insurrection. I don't know, just something different to change up the theme. I'm thinking of doing that with Wormblade, because if I'm going to start with swapping out the heads and trying to do some of the auxiliary forces using bits from different things or just 3D prints, I might as well go in and pick the box that has more characters that are expensive to get and just try and build them out using bits that I have. So the sniper guy and the Wormblade seemed easy to do with Tau. We'll see though. I'm going to do some quick ones. Sorry, people probably don't like them. I just like the... I guess I'll do this. I'll probably reorder, but I do like the AdMech teams. So I like Hunter Class. That was the first team I picked up. I didn't realize the whole box thing. I just bought some Skitarii. Mistake. But I do like the theme of them and these robot guys. So that I guess that would answer what I would do with Battle. This must not be up to date. I don't see the Battle Clade. All right, we're back. I had to add in the images. Don't need to record that, but I do have the teams here. And I'll start off this new set of all the new teams that were missing from this list with finishing my thought on the Plague Marines. Once I remember what their image is, this is a good test. I believe it's this one. I think they're middle of the road. They're pretty cool. Not much to them, but for me, starting out, it was it was interesting using them. Um, I don't know, not much to say about it. They have the cool poison tokens. It's, you know, more defensive. This kind of helps with me about positioning, and they're tanky, so that always helped with positioning and learning the positioning mainly. I'm gonna go for more hate comments in some of my videos, or if anyone catches this and a different post, me like this new Kill Team channel or wannabe channel sucks. But I just gotta go with it. I don't really like the Rattlings. I like the idea of the team. So I might bump them up to C, because I do like different size miniatures with different rules with the Ogryns and Bullygryns, but I just don't like the Hobbit guys. I mean, again, you can see the more goofy teams if you see the character models for Gellerpox. I just kind of put them all together. Maybe that's just on me, just the aesthetic. It's too hard for me to get past to look at the rules and whatnot. I'd have to proxy them. I do think if I do make a Grotz team, I've seen it done multiple times, it would bump it up for me. But just for right now, as the team as it is, goes into D tier. Sorry about that. All right, we have this Hyrotech circle, kind of cool. It has the problem of too many boxes. I'm not big on Necrons, but to make up for that, I will take Canoptek circle. And at least for now, for A, I just think it's kind of cool. They're more robotic looking. I just don't like some of the like Terminator looking Necrons, so that's why that one got voted lower. Pathfinders, people are gonna hate me. I like the team. I don't know. I just like the Tau soldiers. I know people get called weebs when they like whatever they are called when they like Tau models, mostly with the battle suits. But I just like the troops. I don't know how I'll paint them. I might want to try and struggle with white, which I know is hard to paint, or I might go with the red, or just some cool designs they have out there. And it's just having a lot of troops with the sci-fi. I come from a Star Wars background, so having more high sci-fi feel rather than like a bolt gun feels right to me. So I do like the las guns too. It's just not many teams with that, and they're kind of geared to look older and whatnot. At least that's how I feel. I will put the stealth suits also up there. Awesome. Wolf Scouts. They're overpowered, so I haven't played them yet. I just like the Wolf Scouts and the Tau. Those are my first two factions that I like the most. Honestly, I'd probably do it this way. Angels of Death just being cool because there's so many. It sparks my interest in building a bunch of different chapters, but I do like the Space Wolves and the Tau the most, so maybe let's do it that way. And the Breachers, kind of cool, but not my favorite. Fogo Ravagers, cool. I guess I like the unique look of them. I'd probably put them here, and then to counteract that, I would take I believe this is the Goremongers, put them down low. I guess I wish it would have been like a demon team. And you can tell, you might tell by this point, this guy's just throwing shit on the board. I kind of am. This is just, like I said, a beginner making a tier list based on the aesthetics of the team and some of the rules I've seen, and how hard they might be or easy they are. If I can get into the role playing of this team, that's what I'm very interested in. Is like, is it lore at least somewhat accurate? Do I feel like I'm operating as commandos or something? So I think the commandos are cool. The Rekka crew is cooler. Rule of cool. It's the best I have. Not too many deep takes in this. Probably some hot takes with just axing a team because I don't like the looks, which is novitiates. Don't really like them. If I had to put these guys are dead last. I'm sorry. I just don't like the Joker look. Void Scarred are really cool. Again, with all of the Eldar, Drukhari, Eldar, I want to do a type of Elder Scrolls. That's another big theme of mine before coming into Warhammer. Star Wars and Elder Scrolls, so probably have some influences on what I try to paint. I'm not going to say I can achieve it, but what I try to paint. If I'm doing the Dark Elves and the Great Houses with the Eldar, I think with the Corsairs I'm going to do kind of probably some Dark Elves sporting... I guess I was thinking Dwemer, just to throw something off, or like possibly the Clockwork City look but kind of pirate mixed in. Something to just change it, because I couldn't do them all Dark Elf. I want to be able to differentiate the factions in Kill Team if I have all the teams. So with that, I probably would go with some type of Dwemer Clockwork City look. Could change. I just felt like maybe they would be the best. Being pirates, you could, it could bridge the gap into the 40k lore, and you can still fit the theme I'm trying to paint. Chaos Cult. I like the idea. Having to buy all the boxes drops it down. I like the idea. I just wish that we could figure out a way to get the boxes in a better way, because I do like the way that they operate, I suppose. Just reordering these, like I said I would. Goremongers are probably up here too. That looks good for now. Farstalker Kinban, I was going to skip, but I recently got interested in them. I don't really like the spikes on the back of the head. I don't know why, but I do like the auxiliary kind of thing of Tau, so I put them here. It's kind of cool to have different models than all of your Imperium ones. Inquisitorial Agents, again, like the idea, probably like Chaos Cult. I think these came out in a box together, so if you were around for that, you probably didn't have a hard time getting all these, but I do, because I'm a late joiner. A lot of teams here. This is getting a little harder to justify some of these. So let's say Vespid are below. I like the unique mechanics, like the unique look of them. They were hard to build. I did get these guys with Hivestorm, so I put them a little lower, and I do think the rules are cool, so I put them right in the middle. Maybe I'll bring the Breachers back. Hand of Archon, I really liked building them. I don't like the Drukhari, like the grotesques or whatever, all like the crazy stuff, but I am pretty much, if I ever had fielded something, it would be a Ynnari army. They just made it, you have to pick a character to lead them. It sucks because I didn't want to ever buy that character. I swear you could have led it before without them, but I'm sticking to Kill Team. I'm going to probably go with more of a Dremora kind of theme, some like Dremora worshipping dark elves, maybe even Dremora themselves as the leaders. Once I leaned into that, maybe chitin armor type of. You usually see Drukhari teams in darker armor, so this would be a lighter color for the normal grunts, and then maybe the leader, I'll have him try and paint him as some Dremora or something. Phobos, I like the sneaky idea of them. I just hate that they're no longer. You literally can no longer get these guys because the upgrade sprue is gone. So you can maybe find a box laying around, but if you don't, you have no way to differentiate these models. You'd have to kit bash or something, which sucks. I've heard Scout Squad is maybe not the best rules-wise, but I do like more Marine. I always say please release other things than Marines, but I do like to be able to field different aspects. You could almost build an army getting, like I said, some type of combat patrol. I wish they still had the Imperial Fists, but they don't. So, and you can kind of spread out between some of these roles, and I really want to lean into the narrative part. So you could have your scouts go in, and then maybe your Phobos kind of track something down, and then your Angels of Death. I just like that. So I do like the teams. Just want to see improved people for them to fight. Nemesis Claw. It was between them and Legionaries. I'm going to put them both up there. These guys are very similar. Different rules, but very similar in their aesthetic and kind of what role they fill. So I'm going to put them both at the top because I do like the elite teams, the Pathfinders being the exception here. I think these guys are mid. I don't know the term for the teams in the middle. I guess just mid. But yes, you can see that all elite teams, because it's easier for me as a beginner to play them. A lot. I said I like the idea of horde teams, but I tried messing around with Deathcore, and it was just too much. I couldn't figure it out. Too weak and too many models, but I want to practice it. Blooded, I think, are awesome, and I do plan to do some type of narrative let's play or something, or building my own kill zone around the Blooded versus Deathcore. I think I just like these guys. It's just cool. Expand on these more niche factions, the Chaos Corrupted Guard, or just even Renegade. We could get a Renegade Guard that doesn't have to always be Chaos. I like that for Kill Team. Just gets different models out there. We're going to go a little bit faster. I'm going to try Battleclad. I would like over Hunterclad. Or, yeah, Battleclad. Hunterclad are lower. Maybe I'll lower them. Just because the way to get the models is tough. Like I said, I like the Skitarii Rangers. Like the look of the Vanguard, I think their name is. Don't like that you have to get 4 boxes potentially to get a valid team because you need the Rust Walkers and the other guys. I'm just going to play them unoptimally and just have fun with it. Mandrake's cool, but not my... I like they're up here because I like the way that they play different. I just don't like the look of them. Again, sorry. I'm going to get a lot of hate, I assume, from people who like some of these teams I'm just dissing. I can't remember the difference between these 2 Inquisition teams, so Raveners I do like. I don't like Tyranids also as a team that I want to play. They're cool on the as the Space Bugs, but these guys are cool because they have different, unique mechanics. Scavengers, meh. I like Dwarfs, but if I'm looking at it from all the perspective of all these teams, I'm more excited to play the Jaegers over the Salvagers. But I would probably put these guys over here. It's getting hard. I can see why it's hard to keep track of all these teams. So Khazarkin, I like the idea. I heard they're not that fun or I guess unique in their rules, so I'll slap them down in here in C tier. I like more Astra Militarum teams. I hope they someday do. What the hell are they called? Everyone's gonna kill me for not knowing this, but I am a beginner, so give me a break. The Catachan Devils, I think what people are saying. I would love to see them in Exodites, but we'll see. We got 4 more teams, and I'm the only reason I'm struggling to put them on there is I'm trying to place them, but I think I'm just gonna get them into their tiers. So, Tempestus Aquilons, I think they're cool. Exaction Squad is interesting, but I don't know. They're a police. I guess they're not always a police force, but it's cool that they have their space in here. But being a police force, I guess I could try and think of some thematic reasons why they'd be facing off against Brood Brothers. I'd probably place them above all these, actually. Maybe that's more fair right in there, because they're an easy team to build, and you could get the Combat Patrol for Imperial Agents and also get the Imperial Agents half and enough people to build out a full squad of this. So you can get into them. Now I need to remember what the heck these guys were.
A few moments later.
Alright, now I finally remembered, and that's probably why I'll rank them low. It's the Sanctifiers. Sorry. There's some cool people in there. Some cool operatives. The Death Cult Assassin, the Abbot. It's just, I don't really like the Cherub and the Confessor. Just not too into them. I'd have to proxy them as something else that I don't really like the look of them. So, but Death Watch, I'd put up here. Now we're gonna clean this up. So, I'm happy with the bottom row. I don't really care who's in last place. Probably put the 2 teams you can actually get over these other ones that you can't get anymore. Hyrotech Circle is still available. I think they're cool. I've heard these guys are hard to play. Probably drop them both below because they are hard to get. Boxes are expensive. You shouldn't say hard to get. They're expensive. You have to buy a lot of teams for this. You have to get 2 boxes. There's no, you don't have a valid team unless you get Khazarkin and you consider that 1 box for that team, and then you can get one of the Inquisitorial Agents and build half the team and then have them come in. So there's some interplay here if you like a couple teams. Or the Exaction Squad. I think I'm happy with this row too. Maybe Mandrakes are a lot higher. Is there some interesting gameplay there? Maybe I'll put them there. These guys are probably almost boring compared to Farstalker Kinban. Let's see, Commandos. Plague Marines, I'm going to put them up here. Because you have to buy so many boxes, I'm going to pull them down. Brood Brothers you technically do too. I'll put Commandos above them. Let's see. These guys take a hit because it takes so much to get the damn box. Bring Raveners up. Let's see what I can actually bring down. Probably bring the Jaegers right before these guys. And the Aquilons. I want to bring Wrecker Crew all the way up. I don't know. I think this is pretty good. It's not the most accurate. It's obviously just my opinion on the looks. Don't think too much into it. If you want to make your own list, you could do this. You could even sit here and mess around with this. You have to just grab the new teams. Maybe you're trying to pick who you'd buy. Quickly, I'll even add. Let's just do this. Can I add a row? Add row below. Let's do this. Let's do. So I have my tier list here, and we can already see that a lot of my favorite are actually classified. So let's just put it black. Put it as black. Could mess around with this, but it's not YouTube worthy. People don't want to see me clicking around this tier list thing. But the Star Striders gone, the Dancer guys, the Gellerpox Novitiates. Let's see, Wormblade, Warp Coven. A lot of them just drop off. If you even cared about the classified, not classified, I think they're, let's just say gone. I don't even know how to make the text a different color, so it doesn't matter. If these guys can't even play them in official tournaments, that might not matter to you. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to show that if you wanted to do one, you'd have to eliminate a lot of teams here. See, Hunter Clade, I put them up high. That sucks for me. But like I said, not playing in any tournaments. I think Deathcore, gone. I think the Legionnaires are gone. And the Pathfinders. I might have missed some. I think the Corsair Voidscar are gone too. And there are 5 teams. 5 teams. I have actually bought all them. They're gone for me. Maybe my tier list looks a little bit healthier now. I had a lot of them ranked high. You could even see the heat map of, I have an even spread of new teams, but there is a little bit more towards the top. I like elite teams. It's just a fun way to see maybe what boxes you want to get. You might change this. You could save this and see after you played some of these teams where you'd rearrange them. I don't own every box up here, but I do own these top 4. So that's a good way to see, like, okay, I'm sticking to elites. I like elites, but maybe I'd want to try out the Deathcore, which I do have, but like see if I like that Horde team, or maybe a new team comes up and it's a different gameplay style than the ones that you like. And I don't know. You feel free to. I'll put the link to this tier list. I can't add these new images I grab. We just do the same thing I did. Go and grab them from the Warhammer community page. I can link that down below too. Let me know what you thought. Let me know how you'd rank some teams. Maybe you just scream at me if you're a really big Void Dancer Troop player, and you can yell at me and why they're so great. Convince me to get them out of my D tier for this list. So thank you again. As always, please like and subscribe. Just trying to build the channel and figure out ways of making content that you all like. So I'm trying out this, trying out build videos, and trying out talking about articles that are released and making speculation, maybe even some homebrewing some rules and games. That's all we're going to look forward to in 2026. Thank you again.
Now look at this